Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping King. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout. This is using the wedding kit that I put together last month. And here I'm going to do a single photo of my mom and dad during the ceremony. And I just like the way that they're looking at each other. So I'm going to document just this photo by itself. As you can see, I first start out using a little bit of the scraps that I have left over from the Simple Stories collection, and then I brought in some more 49 and Market. I can't remember what that collection was called, but it's a more of a blue tone collection. And originally, I was going to mix and match the Simple Stories one with the blue tone. In the end, it ends up being a monochromatic layout, which is something I don't do very often. But I really like the way that this layout turned out in the end. And I think really the monochromatic ended up happening because I ended up using these metal dies to cut out the flowers that you see here. These are the Tim Holtz wildflowers or something like that. He has a couple of different sets, but this is one of the sets. And what I did is I cut three of them in three different pieces of paper, one in the navy, one in like a gray taupe color, and then one in a lighter baby blue color. So the baby blue kind of looks white, and then one of the pieces is like a white cream color. But some of them are the baby blue color. And honestly, I can't tell you which ones are which in the film, just because both of the baby blue and the white one looks white. But basically what I did is I picked one to be the background piece, and then I trimmed off, like on this one here, I trimmed off all the leaves, and I'm making them blue. But all of the like flower stem parts, like the pieces that would be flowers or, weeds, little tips, I'm making those the baby blue or the white color. So just to give them a little something different than just being solid pieces. So this one here, the tan is going to be the background or the taupe. I put the white one at the top, but then I cut the blue center circle, and I'm going to place that on top at the top of the flower. And then again, all the leaves will be the blue. And then the same thing with the other one you see over there to the left. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll have a little bit more white on that one because the flowers are a little bit bigger. And then again, the leaves are going to be the navy color. So this one here we'll put together, and basically at this point I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of playing, pulling out different things to play with and figuring out how I was going to put the layout together. I knew I wanted to play a little bit with the dies and a little bit with the, layering and different things like that. So basically that's just what I started out doing. So I started out with the flowers that you see here first, the dies. I cut all of those first and then put them together. Even though I didn't have a layout idea, but I figured if I didn't end up using them, I could always save them and use them later. So again, I was just trying to work up my mojo, and that's another way to, anyways, get my mojo back is by just playing. So here you can see I have an 8.5 by 11 page protector over the 12 by 12 sheet, and that was because I was trying to figure out which side I was going to use. When I first showed the paper, I kind of made it seem like I was probably going to be using the leaf side. That's the side I thought I was going to use. I end up using this side that has the frame already in the background. But most of it gets covered up, but you can still see the frame peeking out, and I really like the way that it looks in the end. This is Distressed Oxide in Blue Jean, I believe. And it matches the 49 and Market collection really good as far as the blues go. And I'm just using the brush to kind of rub it into the paper and rub it so that you can actually see it. It makes like a shadowing or a smoky effect around the edge. So, and then I'm going to start playing with the photo placement and some of those little flowers. And my photos matted on white cardstock, and then I'm going to mat it on the blue. And I did distress all the edges of all the paper layers. And this is this is a 6x8 piece of paper, and it had like distressing, and it looks like rub-ons or mixed media basically. And I kind of cut it out so it would frame the photo. And then this is a rub-on, and I'm going to use actually lots of rub-ons on the layout in the end. And I think that's another reason why it ended up staying more monochromatic, because I had blue rub-ons versus any other colors that matched the Simple Stories collection. So I ended up just using a lot of 49 and Market. So here you can see I'm making those a little bit darker. There was already lines with that little doily. And then this negative piece here, which is also 49 and Market, but this comes from the newest travel collection, Wherever, I believe is what it's called. And the blue doesn't match. The blue matches the Simple Stories collection, but it does not match the rub-on. The two blues were kind of clashing and just not looking right. So at first I'll keep playing. I leave it there and trying to get used to it. I'm going to add some more rub-ons over there in the same blue tone as the doily, but I just don't like the larger negative that I was trying to use. And I did put vellum behind all of the negatives so they're not just empty. I used another metal die to cut smaller negatives, and what I'll end up doing is actually cutting another small negative, and I'm going to toss this one to the side and not use it. And, it'll just go back in my stash. I can use it on another layout. And I did use the decal edge scissors to rough up that negative to make it look more like the die cut ones, but it doesn't matter. I'll still use it on another layout. So here I'm still playing. I'm still trying to keep it in and use it, but the blues were just throwing me off because on camera, I guess they don't look that off, but they really are. One's like a more of like a grayish marine blue color, and then the other one is, like the faded blue jean color. So I keep playing, and I'm like adding more and more little rub-ons. And I cut my rub-ons before I add them on any layout. I don't just add the full sheet on. I know some people just lay the whole sheet down and put it down the way that it's printed, but I've always cut them and then added them one at a time. And the 49 and Market rub-ons are the best rub-ons. You just put them down and literally just rub them in, and they usually transfer very well. So here I think I'm cutting the other negative, and I will fast forward. So I fast forward a little bit. I was humming and hawing whether or not I could keep that negative in there. So I brought in this piece of blue paper, and it's just the same 6x6 pad from 49 and Market that has the other papers, or that I got the other papers out of. This one's just a more solid blue one. And I'm going to add it in here, and I like that a lot better. So I end up framing the photo another layer of blue, and then I'm going to tuck the negatives in. So I tucked in, and again, one is white, one is a baby blue, and one is like a taupey tan color. And I was trying to line them up and stretch them, make them look longer than they actually are. So that's part of the reason why tucking them in works. So, and none of the layers are actually fully attached yet. The negatives are attached to them, but not the layers. And the reason is because I want to be able to tuck the flowers in. And so here I'm just adding a few more rub-ons. And again, I just take, these are the little mixed media ones, so they look like dots or splatters. And I'm just putting those all over, just random. Some of them I even put on the vellum that's in the negative. And then some of them I put on the negative, or I put just around the outside edge. So I'll go all the way around and then lining up the photo. I don't know why I keep lining up the photo because it doesn't stay there, but I guess just to show me where it's going to go. And I did the same thing with the flowers. I cut, the end off or the top and tucked them in, and then tucked the bottom in at the bottom where, it would look like it was coming out of the bottom. And so that just stretches it across, the whole layout. So just keep tucking, and I'm going to put all of them on. I literally cut, like I said, 3 of each of the flower floral looking ones, and then I cut 3 of the bigger leaves. The one that I just tucked in right there, there's 2 more to the left side, and then 3 of those long, like skinny branch ones. And I'm just going to keep tucking those in and tucking in at the bottom. And I'm almost done. I'll come in and add in a few more little rub-ons here or there. And I'm also going to add in a cream trim that's going to go on the left side of the photo. And I really like the way that the trim ends up looking in the end. I don't remember where that trim came from, but I really like it. It kind of looks like hearts on the side of it. And so you saw me, I attached my layers down, and I'm just adding a little piece of the cardstock paper behind this. The one tag I did use from Simple Stories collection, remember, and I cut it so it doesn't actually look like a tag. Actually, I tore it, and then I inked up the edges of it. So tucking in a few more of the little leaves and florals, and I will come in, and I believe, I did add little wood veneer hearts. Those are from some Assemblage required, and I didn't leave them the wood veneer color. I dipped them in the Distress Oxide, which is the blue jean. And in real life, it looks exactly the same color as the blue background paper or the matte on the photo. But for some reason on film, it looks brighter. But it's really not brighter. It's really the same color. But again, it's just more blue. So basically, monochromatic because everything's blue or neutrals. So here I'm going to add, I tried to add sequins, but in the end I took the sequence off. It was just too much with the mixed media and, or the fake mixed media, the rub-ons. It just didn't need it. So that's when I decided that I'm going to add the trim on the left-hand side instead. So I keep playing and looking for other things that I can add in or stickers, but really I don't think it needed anything else. I just wanted to keep it simple and keep, the title is Miss You So. And again, that's because, he passed away 2 years after they did these renewal of the wedding vows. And to this day, my mom still says, he's her true love, even though she's remarried, been married longer to her second husband than she was to him. But, it wasn't their choice. They didn't divorce. They, were separated by death. So I think that's something that, is unique and different, and definitely something that you learn to live with. And over time, you still love them, you just miss them so much. And I'm going to add a few more little rub-ons over by the ribbon, or I guess it's not really a ribbon. I'm not sure what that's called. A trim. It's an like an embroidery almost. It's really cute. And then I'm going to add a couple more. And like I said, I just kept adding more and more, trying to use them all. And I think I pretty much put them all on. And in the end, I really like the way that it turned out. So I'm going to add a few more of those, and then there's going to be a few close-ups, and that will complete my layout for today. And I should have hopefully a layout up for tomorrow. If not for tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. And then Thursday, I will have another video, and also on Friday for Color Rush Studios. That'll bring us to the end of April already. We're going into May. Can you believe that? And again, there's the close-ups, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!